Okay. Hi, everyone. Today's the day. Today is the day that we go through the stash. Today's the day we go through the stash, skein by skein, yarn scrap by yarn scrap, and well, do a little bit of inventory and see what we've got. And I'll take you through every single item that's in the stash right now. I think I have everything here. I'm pretty sure I do. And we're gonna, yeah, we're just gonna go through everything. As you can see, there's a lot. And yeah, um, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna turn this live stream into its own YouTube video because I do wanna go into like the granularity of this entire stash and see what we're working with. So while we go through every single item here, I have my tablet here and I'm going to be going through and taking down a few things. So for each, I guess, piece of yarn, not piece of yarn, but skein, ball, hank, scrap, whatever of yarn that we pick up, I'm going to record the fiber, I'm going to record the yarn weight, I'm going to record the color, whether it's solid or variegated, the weight in grams. I have a scale right here, and whether it was hand dyed or whether it was mill dyed. So we're gonna go through all of this. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know how long it's gonna take. We'll find out. So let's get started. And at the end of the stream, I'm just gonna go through a few exciting things that are coming up. So stay tuned. So let's get started. I'm gonna take these bags out of the way. We'll do them later. And we'll jump right into these. So think I have three. I might have more. Well, I have three skeins of Briggs and Little Atlantic in brown heather. These two are unopened, as you can see, and this one has been partially opened and partially used. I've been using it for a project that I've been streaming on Twitch. Fun fact, I stream there sometimes, and I'm still using it. So these are just my statistics as of right now. They're probably going to change like tomorrow, the day after that, whatever. But as of today, Friday, July 31st, 2026, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, these are going to be the statistics. So yeah, I have three of these. And the reason why I have so many is actually I had six skeins of Briggs and Little Atlantic and Brown Heather because I was using them for the heated rivalry themed rug that I'm not auctioning it off, but another YouTuber streamer, Cutie Cinderella, is auctioning it off for charity. That event's gonna take place sometime in August. Once I have the date for that, I'll let you know. But yeah, I actually only needed three-ish skeins of Briggs and Little Atlantic for that, which was kind of awesome. So we have these left. Briggs and Little Atlantic is kind of funny too because it's a weight five yarn, which makes it kind of unique. You don't really see a lot of weight five yarns, and it's also a fun yarn weight to use because you can use it in the regular and fine Oxford punch needles. Depending on which one you use, it'll have a different effect. But yeah, this yarn weight doesn't really have its own specific punch needle size. Unless you have a craftsman and you use like the size one needle, that one is absolutely perfect for this. But besides that, yeah, we we kind of just fit it into one of the two. So instead of weighing these, um, if you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but it does show it does show how much it weighs. So this weighs 4 ounces or 113 grams. So I don't need to weigh this. So let me get those down. So 113 times 2 is like, what is that, like 226? Um, okay, so we've got these, and then I'll weigh this one. So we'll see how much this weighs. Because I've used quite a bit of it, but the cake is still pretty full, so it's not tiny. So let's see. Um, oh, okay. Okay, that's 103. So now I just feel like doing now I just feel like doing the skeins that haven't been opened. So we have a couple. We have quite a bit actually. I don't know if this is everything. No, it's not. We have more. We have more. Oh my gosh. Do I have Is there more? There's more. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go through these bit by bit. So we have one unopened skein of Bricks and Little Super in black. I don't know why I bought this. Sometimes, oh no, I do know why I bought this. I bought this for, um, I may have also bought it for the heated rivalry rug, or I may have just bought it like just to stock up because I would rather just buy like pre-dyed black yarn than like dye it myself, just because it's like a super basic color. So yeah, Bricks and Little Super is generally what I use. It's weight six, I guess like a super bulky or bulky or a chunky. Everyone has a different name for it, but it's a weight six, and it's perfect for the Oxford regular punch needle. I love this yarn. It's so cheap too. So yeah, Bricks and Little Super in black. So let me. So there's that. Next we have two skeins of Briggs and Little Super in bleached white. I tend to buy like blank white skeins for just general purposes. You always need them in rug making to do like dyeing for like a very specific color if you want to do fine shading or whatever. So I like buying these specifically. And these are, yeah, these are bleached white. These are like the lightest white that you'll get with a like from Briggs and Little, but even they have different dye lots. Like if you can see this one's a little bit like more, this one's a little more white than this one. This one's kind of still creamish, but they are both bleached white. So Oops. So what is that? Like wool, weight 6, bleached white, solid, 2 skeins. There we go. And along the same line, we have 2 unopened skeins of Briggs& and Little Atlantic. Again, got them for the same reason. It's just nice to have like blanks to dye with and whatnot. So the same reason, Briggs& and Little Atlantic, 2 skeins. And the thing with like punch needle and rug hooking is like you almost always need white. Whether you use it to like whether you use it to like in its actual like original color or you like over dye it with like another color, you just always need white. And I'm realizing right now this one is bleached white and this one is washed white, which makes a difference because bleached white is supposed to be like way lighter and this one's washed white, which is making me question whether both of these are bleached white, but it says they are, so gotta trust the label. So one of these is bleached white, one of these is washed white. So let's get that down. Wool, 6, bleached white, solid, 113, no, wool, weight 5, washed white, 113, and it's not hand dyed. So we have those two. Next, we have another Briggs& and Little Atlantic, but it's black. Again, I probably just bought it so that I have black, and just because I don't like I don't like dyeing black. It's just a real pain in the butt. It takes forever. Um, and opportunity cost, time cost, whatever analysis. It's just easier and cheaper for me to just buy a pre-dyed skein in black. So another one of those. Already. Okay, now we can move into some more fun stuff. Let's take a look. Mm, Okay, so here we have some Bricks and Little Super again, and this color is fawn, I believe. I bought this for my for the heated rivalry themed rug. I used quite a bit of it, as you can see, like the skein is kind of hollow on the inside. It's not a firm skein. I used it for the leaf border on the outside of the loon. You could watch that video if you want. It's pretty fun. But yeah, that's what I bought it for. I only bought one skein of it, and that was a good idea because I only really needed like maybe like a third of the skein for it. So let's weigh this. It is 71 grams. So actually, yeah, a little more than half. I used a little more than half. So 71 grams, wool, weight 6, on, solid, and I did not hand dye it. Beautiful. Let's move on to, okay, so I have two things of Briggs and Little Heritage here. I'm wondering why I separated them, both of them. My thought, my theory is that one of these were both the same skein maybe, and it had like a factory knot in it, and so I just cut out the factory knot and I ended up with two skeins. That's my theory as of right now. Um, and it does seem like it because I don't really see any other Briggs and Little Heritage in here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is bleached white. Like I'm like 99.9% sure. And yeah, I might count both of these as just one skein. I'll weigh them together. I think that sounds like a good idea. And this one's exciting because we finally have a non weight 5 or weight 6 yarn in our little spreadsheet here, which is good. Bleached white, it's solid. The weight is, let's find out. Oh, oh, it's exactly 113. But I'm pretty sure I've used it, so I'm a little confused. Maybe they were two separate skeins, and uh, this one I didn't really use up yet, and this one I did. Who knows? But we got that covered. Let's get into let's get into this. So this is drops alpaca or something like that. It's a wool alpaca blend. And I actually used this 2 years ago for my punch needle certification rug. And then afterwards, for like a whole bunch of other projects, I used it for the International Punch Needle Rug Cooking Day patterns for both 2025 and 2026. And I still have this left over. I used it for something else as well. I can't remember, but it's kind of wild that I still have a little bit of it left over. Um, yeah, it's a wool alpaca blend. Wool slash alpaca. And I believe this is like a weight 6. I'll just call it pink. I don't know the specific name for it. Let's, and I have 6 grams of that. Alrighty, let me just check one more time. Yeah, 6. So, moving on, moving on. I want to just pick something randomly, like, like that. Okay, we have some gold. We actually have a lot of gold, and another theory I have is that either I messed up with untangling the skeins of gold I had, or there were like a bunch of factory knots, but I have a whole bunch of gold yarn skeins here. This is Briggs and Little Heritage. Um, yeah, so yeah, I have this one and this one. I'm thinking I'm just gonna count them all as separate skeins, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Or separate balls. So let's just do that. And let me see. Hello, hello, how's it going? Oh, I couldn't even see chat. I think, I think that was the problem. I was like, there's no one here. Let me, let me put this on my screen. Give me 1 second. Let me put this on my screen because I literally cannot see it. Okay, I see it finally. Oh my God, it wants to two-step verify me. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I'm good. I am excellent. I would be more excellent if I could figure out how to get this chat onto my screen because I'm seeing it here on like the YouTube tab, but I'm not seeing it on my stream tab. So give me 1 second while I figure this out. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yay. Anyways, back to what I was doing. We are going through my entire yarn stash right now, and we are discussing it. We are categorizing it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And yeah, we're just gonna go through it because I have a lot of yarn right now, and I need to figure out how much I have. I need to figure out how many of each colors that I have, the yarn weights. I need to figure everything out. So might as well just do it live and show you how much yarn I have left over after spending like a year destashing it with a whole bunch of projects. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, we have maybe I'll skip this for now and we'll go to something else like this. So, this is over dyed red yarn that I used for my heated rivalry rug. I over dyed way more than I expected, or way more than I actually needed. So now I have it and I don't know what to do with it. I still have like the original red here. So what I'm thinking is like I could use it for like flowers or something like that and then use this as like the highlight and this is the shading. I think that's a good idea, especially because I have various other over dyed rainbow colors from that rug specifically. So that's what I'm thinking I'll do. I need to see how much of it I have though. So let me put this in. Again, this is Briggs& and Little Super, by the way. It's what it's what I tend to use the most. So solid. So this is, oh wait, let me tear this. I have a little scale here, like a kitchen scale, so that I can weigh all of my yarn to see how much I have. But yeah. The overdyed red is so deep and it's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, so what I did was, yeah, it was originally this color, and then I added like a little bit of black and a little bit of like chestnut brown dye, and that's how I got this. It was kind of an experiment because I didn't know like how dark it would get. I've never over like I've only over dyed like a yarn like a couple of times and it was like a super light yarn. It wasn't white, but it was like a super light yarn, so I wasn't sure how this would go, but it went pretty well, so this is how it looks. We gotta use it for something. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. If anyone has any ideas, if you have any ideas, let me know. So finally, on our little spreadsheet here that I'm tallying up, I get to say that yes, it is hand dyed. So it's 27. Oh, wait. Sorry, it's like untearing and tearing a bunch. Nope, it's 37. My scale is lying to me. It's saying 38 right now. I hope I'm right. So 38, and then wool, weight 6, red, solid. So let's see how much this one weighs. Okay, it's saying 33, 33, and then this one I did not hand dye. So there we go. Next, let's get to these. Okay, so this is a pink that it's a Briggs& and Little Heritage, but I dyed this myself from white. So originally it was this yarn looked like this. I turned it into this, and I dyed it for a bug rug that I've been working on. I've been streaming a little bit of it on Twitch, but not that much, just because I've hit a bit of a stalemate with that project and I need to buy more yarn. I just haven't gotten around to doing it just because I'm waiting on a few other things to happen. So, yeah, this is the yarn for that. I dyed a lot just because I didn't know how much I would need. This is another one that I dyed. I did like a value dyeing, so they're all the same. Like I'm pretty sure I used the same dye. I think it's like a cool red, and then I use like maybe like an eighth of a teaspoon, and then a quarter, and then half a full teaspoon, like stuff like that. So yeah, this is how they look. They're very cute. Like I love the way these pinks look. Um, yeah, I like the way they look. Bug rug, love that. Yes, it's honestly a pretty cool rug. I previewed it in my not in my D-Stash Diaries video, in my heated rivalry rug video at the very end. You could see me punching a little bit of it. I have a lot of footage recorded. Um, I just haven't gotten around to finishing that yet, so I don't think we'll need these again. Um, but we'll see. So pink, darker pink, and lighter pink. Let's see how much Let's see how much they weigh. So this one says 19 grams. 19, pink. It's solid. It was hand dyed by me. So there's that one. And then this one, which is 24. Oops, 24. It was hand dyed. It's solid. It's pink. The yarn weight is 4. And it's wool. Alrighty. So next, okay. Oh my gosh, this. Let me let me wind this up a little bit. Oh, I don't remember it. I'll go see. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if like I feel like a lot of my subscribers aren't seeing my videos when they come out. Guys, I've been uploading regularly. And I'm like, where is everyone? Because everyone used to be here and now they're not. And I'm like, is this a me thing? Um, but it might just be a YouTube glitch. Like you're not seeing my videos when they come out. So, um, if you're wondering where I went, check my channel because I'm probably still there. But this is Violet Jade um yarn in no, sorry, I saw the heated rivalry video. I just don't remember the bug rug at the end. Oh, okay. Well, it is at the end, but yeah, sometimes people don't see my videos when they come out, um, because of a glitch or whatever. So if any lurkers are here that aren't in chat and are thinking to themselves, "Oh my God, she's back after so long," guys, I've been here. So yeah, this is Violet Jane yarn. Um, Again, it's a weight 6 wool rag yarn. Violet Jane yarn is the yarn from the Oxford company makes. They make yarn specifically for punch needle, and this is Violet Jane variegated yarn. And I don't remember the name of the color specifically, the colorway, but it's like this like very rainforesty, like cool green. And I use this for the heated rivalry rug. So many of these yarns I used for that rug specifically. Um, if I didn't do that rug, the stash would be a lot smaller. But yeah, I used it for like the leaf border of that rug, and I still have a bunch left over. It's a really nice yarn to use. It's so smooth, it punches so well. Um, it's a joy to punch with it. So yes, there is this one, which I will put down. It's a weight 6, so it's basically equivalent to a Briggs& and Little Super. And I like this yarn because, like, I like Violet Jade yarns because, um, Briggs& and Little Super, it tends to, well, Briggs& and Little in general has very limited colorways just because they're like a smaller family-owned mill. So if you want something that's like, if you want like more variety or whatever, um, Violet Jane is pretty awesome. I have an alert each time you put a video out. Love your channel. That's so nice. Thank you. That's actually really nice. Um, that's so nice. I'm gonna remember that. Thank you. That makes me happy. But yes, Violet Jane yarn. They also have like a fine weight yarn that's like a Briggs closer to like a Briggs and Little Heritage in all the same colors. So if you like this, but you like working with thin yarns, you can also get it in a thinner yarn weight. I wish I remembered the colorway. I'm tempted to look it up right now, but you don't want to watch me like type on my computer. So let me let me just put this down and weigh it. I'm just gonna call it green because I don't know the actual color. So this is variegated. The weight of it is 112 grams, and it is not hand dyed. And they used to hand dye it, but when Knit Pro bought out the Oxford company, they moved production somewhere. I believe it's in India. So now it's all it actually might be hand dyed there. Maybe I should change this to yes. Would you consider it hand dyed if it was done in a factory? Answer in chat. I'm gonna maybe say yes. But I don't know. I was thinking like hand dyed would be like anything that like you or someone else specifically is like putting dye in, you know, going through the entire process. I guess I'll count it. Because I guess a person is still like putting yarn putting the dye in and whatever. It's just in a factory. Um, okay. So this is this is cotton tape from Romney Wools. It's a yarn shop in Toronto, and I bought it because it was like on sale for like 50 cents. Um and I still haven't used it. I don't know what I want to use it for. Like you can see the skein is like unopened. Um it's really pretty. Like it's like this like deserty like sunset kind of color. Um yeah, I just haven't figured out where I want to use it. It's very cute. Um and every time I look at it, I feel a sense of shame because I'm like in my head I'm thinking, "Brenda, you bought that. You bought that to use and you haven't used it. And it is sitting there unopened, just waiting to be used." And I'm like, I don't know. So we have to find a project to use this on. It is cotton, so we can definitely use it in like a rug or something like that. It's not gonna melt. Um, like how polyester or acrylic would if you steam pressed it. And um it's not gonna, what's the word? It's not going to like pill on us either. Yeah. We have to find a reason for this. Hand dye feels like it refers to something you can do yourself, but at the same time, factory could mean a lot of things. I feel like it could be a small business factory and be more similar to hand dye than a batch dye in a bigger factory. So if my English is wrong, sometimes it's not my first language. No, you are good. You are so good. I completely got everything that you said. I'm just gonna maybe I'll say no because it is like a pretty large factory. If you know Knit Pro, they're a very large, large, large company. So maybe I'll just say no. But yeah, I meant hand dyeing as in like someone like a small business or something like that is doing it. So, but yeah, let's put this in. This is cotton. I actually don't know what you would use like cotton tape for. Maybe like something like woven or something like that. I don't know. If anyone has any leads, let me know. But yeah, cotton tape it is. What weight is this? Is there even a yarn weight? Maybe I'll say it's like kind of like a weight four. It feels like a weight four. So for the colors, I'll write all of them. I'll write like orange, brown, yellow. It is variegated. The weight, the not the weight, but there's 50 grams of it, and it is not hand dyed. All right. Next up, we've got. I want to do the randomizer again. Ooh, okay. This is Briggs and Little Atlantic, and it's like some it's like some weird color name. It's um like 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 fair not fairy forest, like something like midnight or something like that. I can't remember the actual um name of this colorway, but it's something like that, or like evergreen or something like that. And it's this like bluish green yarn with like these little flecks of color in them. It's so nice. You can only see the colors when you're kind of up close. Um, but it's really nice. I used it for a project that I did not release. It was a project that I did all the way back in like late 2024, early 2025, that's still sitting in my pile of unfinished objects. So that's what I used it for. And I used it afterwards for a couple of other small little items. But yeah, that's why I have it. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I really like the color. I just love the way that it's variegated, like the heathering of it. It's very nice. So the color makes me think of something in a deep ocean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very like bottom of the bottom of the ocean floor kind of vibes. So maybe if we use this, we'll use it in something like that. I think that's a really good idea. But let me put that in. So we've got wool. It is weight 5. I'm gonna say it's like green, and then it's variegated. It's not hand dyed. And how much does it weigh in grams? 71. Or it says 72 now. Okay, whatever you say, kitchen scale. So, next, we've got. Okay, this is like, I think it's like plum purple. It's another Briggs and Little heritage that I have. I have a couple of skeins here. Or not skeins, but like balls that I've winded up. I think I have one more somewhere in here. Oh, I have 2 more, I guess. Okay, so fun story time about this. This was before I figured out how to like unravel a skein of yarn like this one and wind it up properly. Maybe I should make a video about that for for people that don't know because it can be a little bit confusing and I was really confused. Um, but to give you kind of like a summary about how it works, you have to unravel it on one specific side. Um, and if you unravel it on the wrong side, your yarn will literally get tangled up. It'll turn into a mess and your life will be miserable. And that's what happened with this purple yarn because I unraveled it from the wrong side and it became a literal yarn tangle monster that I had to end up cutting at specific spots just so I could get it like wound up. And that's why I have like 4 little balls of this because this all used to be one skein that I could not wind up properly. So that's why this is the way that it is. Sometimes I get it first try, but most of the times I get it tangled. There's a trick to it that I want to show maybe on my channel, but yeah, we'll see. I might end up uploading it as a short. So maybe I'll weight all of these together and then just specify that it's like 4 different balls. This is a weight 4. This is purple. It's variegated. It has a bit of a heather to it. Let's weigh all of them at the same time. All of them at the same time is 50 grams. And it's not hand dyed. So we've got those. If we find another one, we're just going to add it to that specific row. So next, next. Oh, another unwound skein. This is Briggs and Little Super in brown. And what did I buy this for? Oh, I bought it for my octagram view rug that I was recreating. And I still have one unopened skein. I think I have like another skein, but it's already been opened and used because I've been using this brown for the bug rug. But this one has is basically unopened, so we might I'm probably gonna end up using it for that bug rug, but like we'll see. So it is wool, weight 6, brown, solid, 113 grams, and it's not hand dyed. Okay, next. God, I need a little bit of water. I've been talking for like 45 minutes straight. Yeah. Okay. Next, we have, how do I explain why I have this yarn? If you know me at all, you know I tend to not use like neons. So the fact that I have this in my stash is comes as quite of a shock to many. Um, so I had the thought in October of last year. I was like, I want to make something Halloweenish. And so I bought this yarn and another orange yarn, and I was like, I'm gonna make something Halloweenish. And I didn't end up using this yarn at all. I just wound it up and left it there. So like I wound it up and threw it in my I threw it in my bin here, so I didn't end up using it at all. It's very cute. I had to find a reason to use it. I don't know what I want to use it for. I tend to not be a big neon person. What I'm thinking is maybe we next Halloween we do something again and we use this black and this orange. That's what I'm thinking. But excuse me. But yeah, unused. We're gonna we're gonna put this in our spreadsheet here. Also, if you're just tuning in, I'm recording. I'm going through like my entire yarn stash here, and what I'm doing is I'm like documenting every single thing that I have in here by like saying like what fiber it is, its yarn weight, color, whether it's solid or variegated, whether I hand dyed it or someone else hand dyed it themselves, and how much it weighs in grams. Um, just because I'm going to turn this live stream into a bigger video for the channel, and we like collecting statistics and we like documenting things and we like sorting things out. We're human like that. So that's what I'm doing. If you're like wondering what I'm doing here on this side, I have a little tablet that I'm putting everything into. So I didn't use this at all. So I know it's 113 grams and it's not hand dyed. Okay, moving on to, moving on to, okay, might as well just talk about this. This is Briggs and Little Super that is not wound up at all. I don't know what happened to it. It's a big old mess. I My theory is that I probably had it loose like this to dye it for some reason, and I didn't end up doing that. So now it just sits in my little bin here, unused and tangled up. It's not super tangled up, like I could untie this or like unwind or untangle this in like maybe like 20 minutes, but yeah, it's here. Um Again, I tend to buy like blanks of white yarns just so I can over dye them with whatever color I want. And this was one of those blanks. So let me put this in. I'm pretty sure this was like bleached white. I don't think the designation or anything matters anymore, but because I don't think I'm going to be that granular in my final video of this. So I'm just going to put down white. It's solid. It has not been hand dyed. And let's check the weight. Okay, 64 grams. We will deal with it later. Maybe I'll put it in like another pile over there. Let it be. Next. Let's talk about this. So, actually, this is a great way to show you how I hand dyed how I use my white yarn. So this used to be white and well, now it's this light blue. I used it for the heated rivalry rug, of course, and it's like a really it's like a fun like almost tropical blue. It's a little bit variegated. I was able to manage that. And the way that you do that is just by not stirring your yarn while it's in your dye pot. Because when you dye yarn, you put it in like a bunch of water and then you add citric acid or vinegar and then you add your dye. And so if you don't stir your yarn as much, your yarn will like only absorb the dye in specific places because you're not moving it around enough to get all of the color or dye in the dye bath. So that's what I ended up doing with this. And yeah, it's pretty good. Um I used it for if you watched my latest video of where I made a like a house drawstring bag, I used this for the windows along with the other blue that I hand dyed for the heated rivalry rug, but the other blue I actually ended up using completely. Like I ended up finishing that, using up that scrap entirely, which was really good. So yeah, let's see how much this weighs. It weighs 76 grams. 76. It was hand dyed by me. It is variegated. It's blue. The weight is weight 6. And it's wool. Beautiful. Next, we have, what do we have? We have, oh, okay. We have more, we have more white yarn here, Briggs and Little Super. Again, I probably use this for, I probably intended for this to be like a base for dyeing, but I didn't end up using it, but unlike the other pile of yarn that we saw, this one I actually ended up winding back into a ball. So yay for me for being responsible. So maybe I'll just put this in, I'll just add it to that. What's 64 plus 28? Give me a second. 64 plus 28. What is 64 plus 28, everyone? 92. Okay. 92 grams. Alrighty. What is next? We have, oh my God, we have more of the Violet Jane yarn in that like rainforesty color. I thought I used it all, but I guess I didn't. Or I mean, I thought I brought it all out, but I guess I didn't. Um, yeah. There's that. So let me maybe let me add that to the original let me add that to the original whatchamacallit, the original column in my spreadsheet here. So that what is that, like 47 grams? What is 47 plus 112? 40, 47 plus 112. That's 159. 159. And then I'll just note here that it was two different balls of yarn. Alrighty. So next up, we've got, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, okay. let me let me just let me untangle this, because this is a bit of a mess. Oh my god, this isn't even a bit of a mess. This is like a lot of this is a lot of mess. Let me figure out how this got tangled up so much. Okay, there we go. And okay, so this is let me take a look here. Okay, this is um this is a Rowan cotton luster yarn that I also bought from Romney Wools in Toronto. And well, this is another yarn of shame for me because I bought this on sale for maybe $1, maybe $2, and I used it for one project. I used it for And I used it almost 2 years ago for, like, Christmas ornaments, and I didn't use it again after that, and so it sits here taunting me and reminding me that I still haven't used it up. It's very cute, it's very soft, it's okay, let me read out the fiber content. It is 10% linen, 55% cotton, and 35% modal. I don't know what modal is, I think it's, like, some sort of synthetic, but yeah, it's this fun blend, and it actually looks really fun when it's punched, but you can't use it for anything that gets a lot of wear and tear, so absolutely not on any type of rug that you're going to be stepping on and using every single day. So yeah, we need to figure out we need to figure out a reason for using this. But let me let me put this in the spreadsheet. Oh, good morning, Allison. I love untangling yarn. I'm usually incredibly impatient, but when it comes to yarn, I have all the patience in the world, right? I agree. Oh, this is not wool. This is linen, cotton, and modal. Maybe a bold cotton. Oops. And then I believe this is like a weight 6. Does it say here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a weight 6. Weight 6. It's green. It's not variegated. It weighs, how much does it weigh? Let's find out. 47 grams, which actually makes a lot of sense because I only used like a little bit of it. And originally it's 50 grams. I'm really glad I kept this. So yeah, I didn't use a lot of it and it is not hand dyed. So let me figure out how to do this on again. Maybe I just stick it in here. Wow, everyone's from around the world. US East Coast, France. That's so fun. For those of you that don't know, I'm in Eastern Canada, not Atlantic Canada, just Eastern Canada. So, Allison, you and I are in the same time zone. I was thinking about starting streams later because I know I have a little bit of a Pacific like audience, like people that live on the West Coast, but I hate doing things like if I have an obligation or something that I want to do, I like doing it in the morning just so I like get it done. I hate waiting until the afternoon to do something. It makes me so angry. Like unnecessarily angry. I get really pissy about it. Okay. This is this is Aunt Lydia's crochet cotton in I want to say it's like the weight 3 crochet cotton. Um I was going to say something about this. Oh my god, I actually this is a really funny story, but I was trying to make a dress for myself for my university graduation, which was a couple years ago. And so I was using this. I had a whole bunch of it. And I quickly realized when I was making it that it was not gonna fit me, and it was gonna be more of like a dress for like a small child. So what I ended up doing was I made the dress anyways, and we had a family friend who recently gave birth to a daughter, and I was like, this is perfect for her. When she gets a little older, she can wear it. It has pockets. Um, so yeah, what ended up what what was supposed to be my graduation dress ended up being a dress for a now 3-year-old. So actually she might be 4 now. But yeah. So and this is all of the thread that I had left from that. I had quite a few more balls of it. So this is all that's left. I could oh my god, I could use it for I could do like a crochet project with it. Again, I still have all of my hooks and whatever. And if I wanted to do punch needle with it, just like a single strand, I would probably have to do like, I'd probably have to use the Ultra Punch because it's just super thin. It would slip right out of an Oxford regular or even an Oxford fine. The only way I could use it with those two punch needles is if I like doubled, tripled, quadrupled it up, used multiple strands or if I paired it with like another yarn. So if let's say I used like this random yarn and then I paired it with this and like threaded both strands through at the same time, that's the other way I could use it. But yeah. This is all that's left of the baby dress. The graduation dress turned baby dress. So let me put this in. This is cotton. I believe this is like a weight 1. This is yellow. It's not variegated. It's not hand dyed by me. And the getting like the weight of this in grams is a little bit it's not going to be completely accurate because there's like I don't know if you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like a cardboard core in there so that um whenever they're wrapping it up in the factory, they have something for it to wrap around and still stay like solid and upright. So the weight for this is not going to be accurate, but we're just going to do it anyways because we are not going to unravel it and then take out the cardboard core and then like rewind it and reweigh it. That's ridiculous. So we're just going to weigh it as is. It is 58 grams. Okay, next. Um, are you using Ravelry or another program or your own? I'm just using an Excel spreadsheet. I like Ravelry, but I don't knit or crochet often, so I don't use it as much as other people do. I know some other people have done like they've analyzed their yarn stash and whatever, but they like put every single thing in Ravelry. I didn't do that, just because I don't use Ravelry that much, just because it doesn't have a space for punch needle. So I'm just doing it on Excel, like on a spreadsheet. I just use it for my stash. Yeah, no, a lot of people do that. Like it's a great tool if you um Yeah, it's a great tool. It's just easier for me to do it on a spreadsheet right now. So let's see what's next. What's next? What's next? Okay, so we have this Briggs and Little Super in Scarlet, so it's a lot brighter than the reds. Um, Earlier I was talking about maybe using our reds here for like a project. Maybe we could use all three of these in some sort of like flower shading masterpiece type thing. I don't know what I want to use it for, but we do have Scarlet here. I used a little bit of it for my heated rivalry themed rug just for like a really tiny amount, just for the eye of the loon that we punch needled. And then I used it for like quite a few other smaller projects. And I used it for my octagram view rug. Um, and yeah, I have this much left. So let's see how much it weighs. It's wool, weight 6, it's red, it's solid. It is 28 grams and it is not hand dyed. Beautiful. I love spreadsheets. My friends make fun of me for making spreadsheets for everything, even my video games. Yeah, yeah, because I'm a big fan of a little game called Animal Crossing, and back I don't want to say back in the day, but a couple of years ago when it was popular, um, and when I used to play daily, I would have a spreadsheet for every single task that I was supposed to do for the day. Like, for those of you that don't know, it's like you can like every day you can hit rocks and then you can get money out of the rocks and little like crafting items. So every day I had like a little I would check off on my spreadsheet like hit all the rocks, and then there were like other things like buy turnips or whatever. But yeah. Yes, I have an extensive spreadsheet for Animal Crossing. I love it. I love that. I love Animal Crossing. It's like my favorite game. It's like my childhood game. I love it so much. I haven't had the opportunity to play that much, just because I've been so busy, but I watch people play a lot on YouTube while I'm like doing other stuff. So, yeah, we love Animal Crossing. Okay, so we have another Violet Jane yarn. I hope this is the only one of these that I have. I'm hoping it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Um, but yeah, it's another Violet Jane variegated yarn. As you can see, it's a little bit warmer than the other one I showed you. It has little bits of yellowish green and it's a little bit lighter. I use this for my heated Ravelry rug again. Um, and I used it for like the leaf border, but the leaves that I used um, this yarn for were bigger than the other leaves that I use with the other yarn. So I only have this much left because I bought two skeins of each of the greens and I used up one skein entirely for that. So this is how much I have left. So let me put this in. This is wool. This is weight 6. This is green. This is variegated. It is 108 grams and it is not hand dyed. You can see like the pile accumulating beside me of all of the of all of the yarns that I use. Um I feel like you design a lot around nature, flower, water, animal. What are your favorite things to punch needle? My favorite things to punch needle? I I do like nature a lot. Um I actually I would say like one of my favorite things to punch needle lately is geometrics just because sometimes you just want to punch needle something and like have it like take your mind off of things. You just mindlessly punch, and I feel like a geometric pattern is really great for that because you don't have to worry so much about the shape of things. Um, how realistic it looks. You kind of just punch in straight lines or in curves that are not like crazy. Um, so yeah, I like geometrics lately. But yeah, nature tends to be my most punched up. Like some of my most famous works are all are all nature related. So I guess I have a little bit of a like a art style, but um I'm kind of open to trying new things though. Um, if I ever get a commission and someone brings forward like an idea that they have, I'm definitely willing to jump out of my comfort zone a little and try something new. Also, Disney Dreamlight Valley and Kitty Island Adventure. I haven't played Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I feel like I've played Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Is it the mobile game? Because I think I've played that. I think I played it on like a free trial of Apple Arcade, and it was very fun and very cute. I think that's the one. I could be wrong though. It's like you have to like unlock parts of the island or something like that, and then you have to like there's like a there's like the plane crash and they end up on the island. Is that the game? Please correct me if I'm wrong. If it is the game, that's a very very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. Um, what's next? What's next? You. Okay. This is this is some sort of German yarn and it's merino. Um Again, I bought this from Romney Wools. It was on sale. I was like, "Ooh, merino for like $1.50. Yeah, I'm buying it." And again, it serves as a skein of shame for me because it sits there and I don't know what to do with it. And I'm trying to remember a little more about this one. I can't remember like a lot about it. I think I just like the color. I didn't use it for anything, so maybe we have to start using it. It's it is wool, which like I guess works for like a rug or something like that. But I don't know, because it's merino, it's like a little less like hardy. So maybe it would like start pilling a bunch. But I don't know. I'm open to using it for something. And I literally have not used it at all, so okay, it does say that it's non-felting here, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe we can use it for something like a rug, but who knows? It is wool. It's I think it's a like a weight 5. I think it's a weight 5. It's blue. It is solid. It is 50 grams and it is not hand dyed. Okay. Okay, we're slowly getting through this. When we started this live stream, this was like filled to the brim. We're like about halfway done, which is a good sign. So let me, let me go grab something and I'll be right back. Let me just change my screen here. I will be right back. I just want to grab a quick thing. Okay, I just wanted to tie my hair up because it is summer and I was getting sweaty. The blue yarn still in the bin is also gorgeous. You have a beautiful collection of blues to do an ocean design. You're talking about these. Okay. So these are okay. Give me a second. I need to untangle this. Okay. Let me let me wind this up again. So this was all one skein. There was just a factory knot in it, which is why I had to cut it and then now it's two skeins. So give me a second while I wind this up. Alrighty. Okay. So these two blues, these are so this blue originally was this, and this is Briggs and Little Super in cerulean, I believe. And this is Briggs and Little Super cerulean that's been over dyed with a little bit of black dye and a little bit of chestnut brown, which I had to do for the heated rivalry rug. I I over dyed more than I needed, so now I have these that are kind of the same but also not the same. So what I'm thinking is an ocean idea is also like I like that idea. Um, I definitely want to explore that. At some point, like several years ago, I did do like an ocean, like I did like some sort of like sea floor kind of punch needle piece. I don't know what happened to it. It must have gotten lost in moving, but these are we can definitely explore that topic again, but yeah, these two are basically like they're from the same they're from the same skein. So let's weigh these. So this is wool, it's weight 6, it's blue, it is solid. The weight of this is 34 grams. It's not hand dyed. And then this one is also wool. It's weight 6, it's blue, it's solid, it is hand dyed, and the weight is 41 grams. Okay, the green off to your right would also be pretty in an ocean theme. You think so? This one? Or this one? I think they'd both work really well in an ocean theme just because of like the variegation. It would give like a really cool under the sea look. But yeah. We'll we'll explore it. Okay. What's next? What's next? Um okay. Let's get through all of these because we have a bunch. Okay, this is okay, we have a lot of these. I think that's it for this yarn, but we have about 4 balls of The green in your bin to the left. Oh, you mean this one? This one. Okay, well, we'll get to this one later, but I do agree with you. Okay, so we have four balls here of, I wish I could remember the name. It was something, it's pink, obviously, and it's Briggs and Little Regal, which is slightly thinner than Briggs and Little Heritage. Um, and this was for my certification rug. So, right? Was it for my certification rug? I'm pretty sure it was. And I still have a bunch of it left over because, yeah, I still have a bunch of it left over. I don't know why. I've used it for a couple of projects here and there, small ones. I still have a lot left. Let's weigh it all together and we'll see how much we have. Okay, so this is wool. I think it still counts in like the weight 4 category. Maybe it's a weight 3. I can't remember, but we'll just put it down as a 3. It is, I mean, it is variegated because it is like a heather. It's like a heathered yarn. So let's see. Let me tear my scale here. Let me put them all on. Okay, so that's 104 grams. That's 4 balls of yarn. And it's not hand dyed. Okay, next we have, what do we have? What do we have? Okay, so we have this light pink. It's slightly variegated. There's like a little bit of it here and there. It was for a project that I never ended up really doing. Um, it was for like an Easter themed rug. I never really ended up completing it just because I didn't really end up getting started on it just because I wasn't feeling it as much anymore, but that's why I dyed this. It was just a little bit. I didn't need too much. It was for like an accent on the rug, but yeah, I didn't feel too bad about not like dyeing it and not doing the project though, because like it's punch needle. You're gonna use every single color at some point, and in the future, when I need like a very light pink, I'll be glad that I have this. But yeah, it's very slightly variegated. It might actually be called Briar Rose. You might be right about that, Allison. The other pink, um, like the four other balls of pink, it might be called Briar Rose. I could be wrong. We could be wrong, but I think you're right. I think you're right. So, I'm so in love with your certification rug. When I want to show your work to my friend, it's always the first one I show, and every time people are shocked about how beautiful it is. Oh my God, really? Are you serious? Okay, you guys don't know this, but behind this camera right now lies that certification rug. It's literally just on my floor, and I step on it and I use it, and it's basically still as good as new. I don't want to show it because I haven't really vacuumed that corner of this room, and so it's kind of it's kind of covered in like dust, but if I dust it off, it looks great. So, yeah, it is literally right behind the camera. Okay, so this is wool. It's weight 6. It's pink. I have a lot of pink, I'm realizing. It is variegated. It is 26 grams and it is hand dyed by me. Beautiful. Next up, we have, I'm thinking. Okay, I found a little bit more of that purple um, that I was talking about earlier. So, is this all one ball? I can't tell. Maybe it is. Okay, we'll count it as one ball and we'll add it to the other balls that are here somewhere. Oh, here they are. So that's 62. Alrighty. Okay, next up we have another yarn of shame. Again, I bought this from Romney on sale for like 50 cents. It was ridiculously cheap. I actually have two of them right here. Um, and I haven't used them. They're both mercerized cotton. Um, and I remember like a while back I was looking for projects for them, but like all of the projects for like I was looking for like crochet projects or something like that for these two, but like with balls that are so small, like they're only 50 grams. There's like a limited amount of things that you can do with them. Like you could do like maybe like a woven mat or something like that, or like a crocheted mat, like something like single crochets. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So, excuse me. So I didn't end up using them, and yeah, they're just here. I wish I could see. They're actually a weight 5 here, which is kind of hilarious. Like they're very, very thin, so to call them a weight 5 is kind of funny, but, yeah, that's what they that's what the label says, so we trust the label. Um, yeah, I have to use them for something. We'll figure out what. They are cotton, so we can use them for, like, rugs or whatever, like, it's no big deal, so we'll just we'll have to figure it out. So, this one so they're both cotton. Cotton. They're weight 5. This one's green, this one's beige. Solid. How many grams is this? 50 grams. And they're not hand dyed. Okay, next we have earlier you talked about making mistakes and I started earlier you talked about mindless sponge reading. I have a question, but you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I struggle with making mistakes and I started punch needle because I find it so beautiful and fun to do, but also because of some comments. You made in some videos, you made comments about the fact that you made mistakes. You could pull out the yarn and start again. It really helped me get out of my head, and I repeat that to myself often. But sometimes, especially at the end of a project, I become paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes and ruining my project, even more because I'm still discovering a lot about Pudgedoodle. Is it something you struggle with also? And do you have any tips on how to get over that fear when you're creating something? Um, I think like I think this is like a fear of like a lot of people, especially a lot of people like my age or younger, like Gen Z people. Um, I think there's like a lot of people are scared to make mistakes because they want things to go well the first time or whatnot. But you know, my advice is to just the best thing you can do is to just keep making. Um, I feel like that kind of paralysis can prevent you from doing a lot of really, really cool things. Um, because you just want everything to be perfect the first time. It applies to a lot of stuff. It applies to YouTube videos as well. Um, yeah, my advice is just to keep making things and you know accept the mistakes as part of like the learning process and as a part of like the beauty of the object. Um, certainly don't like don't like make like a couple products and start being like, "Oh, I want to sell my work or whatever," because that is a problem. And I do have a lot of criticisms for people who do that sort of stuff. But, mistakes are kind of like a part of like the beauty of whatever you make. So, I think just yeah, just keep making things. Yeah, that's that's my biggest advice. Definitely don't want to sell my work. I'm really only doing it for myself and the enjoyment of doing it. Thank you for the advice. Okay, no problem. I also want to clarify by saying that it's like totally fine if you want to do that. I have a lot of criticisms for people who don't and this is not directed towards you or anyone in particular, like anyone specific person in particular, but just like the idea of like not not learning properly and then being like, "Oh, I could make money off of this." It makes me angry as someone who like spent years learning this and then felt like good enough to start making videos and start selling like my patterns and everything. So it I just have a lot of criticisms about that. But that's just a I don't know why I brought that in. That's just kind of a personal rant that came out of me. But yeah, really just mistakes are fine. Um I think there's like sometimes I look at my work and I'm like, does this look good or does it look ugly? And honestly, the best thing to do is just put it down and then like go on a walk. Put your work down, go on a walk, come back, and then look at it with like a fresh set of eyes. And like the mistakes that you see that you might have seen like the first time, you get like a better perspective on them. I think that's my biggest tip. I also heard people saying mistakes are what makes it human, and in this AI era, we should cherish those mistakes. So I'm trying to see it from that angle to help me. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Can I say something? I have a lot of criticisms about about uh, AI, as many do, but my biggest one is when I open YouTube.com, I type into the browser www.youtube.com and I see the homepage. And what I see on the homepage are these like ridiculous AI thumbnails that are like you can just tell because they have like that very specific AI font and they're like weirdly glossy and they just have like a bunch of text on the thumbnails and it's like whenever I see that, even if the person is because I see these a lot for like crafting YouTubers because most of my YouTube homepage is like fiber arts and crafting. So it really disappoints me to see those AI thumbnails. And when I do, I click on the three dots beside the title and I click on those and then I go like do not recommend for every single channel that uses an AI thumbnail. I click do not recommend because it is not hard to just take a picture and then type some text onto it. I would much rather like see like kind of like a more basic thumbnail done with in like Microsoft Paint or something like that with just like the title of what you're doing or what's in the video than like some sort of like crazy elaborate like slop AI thumbnail. I would much rather click on something more basic but that was made by a human like the other day, I clicked on this podcast, this knitting podcast, and the thumbnail for that YouTube video, it was just two ladies like hugging like this, and then it was like something like Jane and Mary's knitting podcast, just written in like plain Times New Roman or Arial font on the bottom, and I was like, that's wonderful. I love that. I'm clicking on that because at least it was made from the heart, you know? But anyways, that was a long rant about thumbnails. Okay. Isn't she beautiful? This is my rainbow yarn that I hand dyed myself. It was the first yarn I've ever dyed, and I did it 2 years ago during my punch needle certification lessons at my instructor Simone's studio. She basically taught us how to do this. We all got blank skeins to take home, and we all got blank skeins to dye, and then take the dyed yarn home. And I wanted to do this crazy rainbow color, so I basically used like 6 different dyes. And I sprinkled them on, and then she did all of the hard stuff so that we wouldn't have to. And this is what we ended up with, this fun little Easter rainbow yarn. I've used it a bunch for a lot of different projects, most notably the 2026 International Punch Needle Broad Cooking Day pattern. I used it for that pattern specifically, and I would love the chance to use it again. So it's difficult for me to use it on my regular patterns, or like what I normally tend to do, because what I normally tend to do is like nature stuff. And well, this is a very hard color to find in nature. So unless I was doing like a like a garden of flowers in the distance, like far away enough that I don't have to like make out like each individual flower, like getting using this in like a realistic punch needle piece is kind of a challenge. So I guess that's our next task, to figure out what we can use this for. So this is wool. And I should say that the base of this is Briggs and Little Atlantic. I forgot to say that. Rainbow. It is variegated. It weighs 61 grams, and it is hand dyed. Okay. Oh, this was from I believe this was from our skein of red here. I have a little bit that I didn't put in, so let me just let me add that in. I still have the column here on my spreadsheet, so let me just, yeah, that makes it 37 grams. Perfect. Okay. Next, we have, let me detangle this. Okay, we have our, this is Briggs and Little Super in mauve, and this is the original, and this is my overdyed version, again, for the heated rivalry rug. I did like, I added a bit of black and a bit of chestnut brown dye to get it this like darker muted color. You can kind of see the difference here. You can see it a bit more in person, but yeah, we have quite a few of these like regular and overdyed versions because of that rug. So let me let me weigh this. So this is wool. It is weight 6. This is, it's called mauve, but we're gonna put it under purple. It is solid. It's not hand dyed, and the weight is 33 grams. Wool, weight 6, purple, solid, hand dyed, and this weighs 41 grams. Okay, so What's next? What's next? Okay. I think these all are part of the same skein, so give me a second. Might as well just wind these up while we're here. Okay. But anyways, how are we doing? Hope everyone's having a good day so far. I woke up before my alarm today. My alarm is set at 5:30. I wake up quite early in the morning, and today I woke up ahead of my alarm. It's actually supposed to get really, really hot where I am today, um, which has been a bit of a surprise to basically everyone because we've had like a cold-ish streak for the past 2 weeks, coldish and rainy-ish, and it's gonna rain again next week, so I might have to turn the AC on. Okay, so here we have some hand-dyed orange yarn. It's Briggs& and Little Heritage that I over dyed with orange, so like equal parts red and yellow dye. I believe I used like a cool red and a cool yellow. That's what I did. And this was for the bug rug, um, because the bug rug is basically it's a rug where I'm punch needling an orchid mantis. And if you've ever seen an orchid mantis, whether it's in real life or on Animal Crossing, you know that it has a bit of a variegation to it because it turns from like a dark pink to a light pink to an orange to a yellow. And this is why I dyed the orange. It was for the orchid mantis. And the mantis is basically done, it's punched, but the rest of the rug is on hold right now because I need to buy more yarn for it, and I haven't gotten around to doing that. So we have this. So let's weigh it. Wool, it's weight 4. It is orange. It is it's like solid-ish. Yeah, I'd say it's solid. And then it is hand dyed, and its weight is 20 grams for all three. Okay. It's been very hot and humid here in Virginia. Woke up quite late in the morning since it's my first day of vacation. In France, we've been hit by 3 waves since June, and there are forest fires everywhere. It's quite stressful. I'm lucky since I live part of France. It's that's been less impacted, but it's awful. I've heard that there's like a heat wave going on in Europe, and apparently there's no AC in Europe. And there's no AC because all the buildings are old. And to get AC, you either have like those box units or you have to like to get central AC, you would have to like basically tear apart all the old buildings, which is very expensive. So I've heard that most people don't have AC, which yeah, that sucks. My tips are have a fan and put a wet towel in front of the fan so you get cold air. Um, and wet towels on like your arms and like your neck. Those are my tips. Those are things that help me cool down. But yeah, it sucks. We had forest fires here too, and where I am was pretty fine, but like across the border in the States, like I saw pictures and the sky was like dark orange. It kind of looked like this, and I was like, that sucks. Please don't go outside. If you have to go outside, please wear a mask. But anyways, this is I believe this is Briggs and Little Super, and this is not hand dyed by me. I bought this from someone in someone in the Maritimes. I believe like PEI or Nova Scotia. I used it for a like a like a donut themed project that I was working on, where I made like these like donut looking collar things. They're very, very cute. And I used this because I wanted it to have like, I didn't have a dyeing setup at that point, and I wanted yarn that looked kind of like it could be like a food color or like a donut color. So I got this. I wish I could remember what the name of it was, but yeah, that's it. I've used it for a couple of other projects as well, but those were just like kind of like little ones. So it's brown, it's variegated. It is 33 grams, and it is hand dyed, just not by me. I actually remember it because that yarn came in Christmas morning via Canada Post, and I was so surprised because I was like, why are you delivering on Christmas, Canada Post? It's Christmas. You should be like you're supposed to have a day off. I don't know how it got there. Christmas miracle, but yeah. That's the story behind that yarn. Let's see. What else do we have? We have the buildings are old and they're also built to withstand cold. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that from the winter. So they're very good at keeping heat, which is good in normal weather conditions. But with climate change, yeah, yeah, that's true. I've seen the same thing like in other places in Europe as well, like in the UK, because their homes are built to like insulate from like rain because it rains all the time there. So whenever they have like a heat wave, it sucks because it's all like trapped in. Ugh, I can't imagine. We had smoke hanging in the air here in Virginia. Yeah, because it was moving from the west to the east. So yeah, that makes sense. It was like coming in from there. Yeah. Okay, another one of our heated rivalry overdyed yarns. This one originally, which was like Rose or something like that, Briggs and Little Super and Rose, and then Rose, um, overdyed with black and chestnut brown. Again, I dyed way more than I needed to. We could probably use it for something like for some sort of thing where we need like a highlight and shading. We'll figure it out. But question for you guys, does this count as purple or does it count as pink? Because in my video where I made the heated rivalry rug, I described it as pink. You decide. Because I literally cannot. You were on Santa's list. Yeah, literally. Because I was telling my parents, I was like, I don't want anything for Christmas, but if this yarn got here before the new year, like I'll be really happy. And then it got here before the new year, which was awesome. But in the meantime, until we figure out what color we want to call this, maybe we'll just put it down as pink. Hard to tell from here, but it looks very dark pink to me. Okay, we'll put it down as pink. So that's wool, weight 6, pink, solid. The weight is 36 grams. It's not hand dyed. And then this one is 40 grams and it is hand dyed. Okay, let's see. What else? What else? What else? I want to see if this one is. Oh, okay. Um, Hold on. I'm just detangling all of this because it is a real pain to deal with right now. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we have this, and this is tapestry yarn. It's wool, and I actually got it in my during my punch needle certification lessons. One of my classmates, she brought like multiple vacuum sealed bags of this stuff in probably every single color imaginable, and she would not let any of us leave until we took like a couple of skeins because she was like, I need to get my hands off. I need to get this off my hands. So I took a bunch. Um I took ones that were like in this color and like a darker jade green, as well as this, and then like a gold one as well. Um, and I believe this is all I have left of this tapestry yarn. It's really interesting looking. It doesn't look like the DMC stuff. It's like it has like more of like a texture to it, which is really interesting. But I've used it for multiple projects here and there. I was originally supposed to use it for my certification rug, but I didn't end up doing that. But yeah, just a bunch of other projects I've used it. So this is wool. It is weight 4. It's yellow. It's solid. Oops. Wool, weight 4. Yellow. Solid. And how much do these weigh? 7 grams. And it is not hand dyed. Okay. What do we have next? Oh, thanks for tuning in. Have a nice day. Have happy vacation. Hopefully it cools down a little. Hopefully you get some relief from the heat. But thanks for tuning in. I didn't expect anyone to show up because this is literally just me organizing my yarn. So I'm very grateful that people are here. So thank you for showing up. Okay, let's. Oh, here's the gold tapestry yarn that I was talking about, like the gold version. So we'll put that in our spreadsheet as well. Wool for gold. Solid, not hand dyed. It literally doesn't even. Okay, it's 3 grams. It's like it wasn't even showing up at a certain point on my whatchamacallit, on my scale. Okay. So let's just let's do like a rapid fire of all of these. Um, so we have, hold on, this is a little tangled. Okay, we have Brazen Little Heritage in black. I used it during I made like a Halloween like candy box. I used it for that, and I also got it just because I like having black yarn around for various projects. We've got black. So wait for black, solid, not dyed by me, and it is 60 grams. Okay, next. We've got, let me grab all of the ones of this color. Okay, we've got some light green yarn here. I've used it for a bunch of different projects. I can't name all of them off the top of my head, but a bunch of projects I've used this for. Yeah, it's a Briggs& and Little Heritage in light green. Very nice yarn. It punches beautifully. Um, it's definitely a yarn that we can use for like an under the sea rug. So wool, wait for green, solid, not hand dyed, and it weighs 51 grams. What's next? What's next? Okay, more of more green yarn. This is kind of like a it's like the darker version of this. This is Briggs& and Little Heritage and Jade. I use this for like a ton of projects. It's one of my favorite yarn colorways to use. Um, yeah. I tend to like this green more than like the fern green that's normally like, which is the other shade of green that Briggs& and Little carries. I don't know. I just prefer this. Just because I think the fern green is a little bit too yellow for my liking, but it works in some places. So this is wool. Wait for green, solid, not hand dyed, and let me tear this again. 64 grams. Okay. Um, I'm thinking. Okay. So we have Briggs and Little Super in orange and then orange with uh black and chestnut brown over dyed. I had to use a lot more black and chestnut brown to get this like super dark because compared to the rest of our rainbow colors, the orange and the yellow were quite a bit brighter. So to match everything up, I had to use like a lot more dye for that. So that's why it looks a lot darker. So let me put everything in. I've been really into orange lately. I think it's a really fun color to use. Um, I guess the one thing that I'm like less of a fan of is this. is this orange, like this bright hunter orange. You can very clearly see it in the pile, which is kind of hilarious, but yeah. I feel like I could make this work somehow. I just need to I had to figure out how exactly I'm gonna do that. So 20 grams and not hand dyed. And then this one, which is 34 grams, and it is hand dyed. Okay. As you said earlier, it'll be good for something Halloween. Yeah, exactly. Maybe like some sort of like Halloween like wreath that I could hang outside the door because Halloween is kind of my favorite holiday. So I love decorating for it. Okay, we have, um, okay, so we have this heathered yellow. It's Briggs and Little Heritage. I think it's called Yellow WO, like the colorway for this. It's it's very cute. It's for the bug rug. It's for the orchid mantis. It's the yellow that I used um, for the like the kind of end part of the orchid mantis, and yeah, it's a very pretty kind of like butter yellow yarn, and definitely like my taste, so like something a little bit more muted and pastel rather than like a bang neon yellow. This whispers yellow. It doesn't yell yellow, but I like it a lot. Um, I want to use it for a project, but I can't think of one. So we'll figure it out. Oh my god, your favorite holiday is Halloween too. That's awesome. There's dozens of us. There's dozens of us who prefer Halloween over Christmas. Small but mighty group. You get to wear fun clothes, people give you candy, and the calories. The calories do not count. They don't count. It's a holiday. And yeah, oh, another thing I should mention is that I believe this was one skein and there was like a factory knot or something in the middle, so that's why I separated them into two. But yes. So let me just put those top of each other. 83 grams. It is variegated yellow. It's weight 4, and it's wool. It's not hand dyed by me. Okay, might as well just get all the yellows out of the way. Okay, we have one, two, three, four, five. Oh my gosh. 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 balls of Briggs and Little Heritage in gold. I just like this color a lot. I like gold. It's literally my name. um, so I tend to buy a lot of it. I think it works really, really well with where did I put it? Well, I have another little bit of this, but like I think it works really well with like a jade or like a dark green. It works with a lot of colors. It works with the blue as well. It's just a fun, versatile color that I like using a lot. I use it for various projects. I'm pretty sure I use a little bit of gold in almost every single project that I do. Um, Not on purpose. It just so happens that I like using it. So I believe this comes from like a whole bunch of different skeins that somehow ended up into these 7 balls. So let me measure, let me weigh all of these. So that's 108 grams. It's solid, it's not dyed by me, it's gold, it's weight 4, and it's wool. Okay, next up, we've got okay, we've got this blue. It's like brings some little heritage and blue heather or something like that. It's very nice. And I used quite a bit of it because as you can see, the skein here is very it's very loose. So I used quite a bit of it for a bunch of different projects. I used it for a corset belt that I made. I used it for, I think I used it for some, one or two of the, or both of the International Panchito Bar Cooking Day patterns. I've used it for a bunch of stuff. Um, I actually bought this blue and then the yellow WO that I had at the same time. And I remember that day so vividly because it was raining, but I really needed yarn for a project that I was working on. So I walked through, and it was winter and it was like raining. So it was like the end of winter. It was like that weird slushy winter season that no one likes. And I remember it was like so, it was so unpleasant. But I was like, I need my yarn because I needed to finish a project. So that's where that comes from. Um, so let me weigh this. 38 grams. Okay. What's next? This is Briggs& and Little Atlantic in dark green. I've used this for a couple of different projects. I can't remember what. Oh, I used it for the for my Lakeview pillow. Oh, it's not my Lakeview pillow. I didn't make the pattern, but I did punch it. Um, and I used it for that, so solid. It's not dyed by me. And it is 38 grams. All right. Um, I have a little bit more of that yellow WO here. I don't think it'll add too much to the overall weight. Yeah, it literally shows up as 0 on the scale. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna put it with the rest of it. Say again what it is. I might have to go look it up. It's Briggs& and Little Atlantic in dark green. That's what I believe the colorway is. You'll be able to tell if you go to like a retailer that sells Briggs& and Little, like their online shop, and take a look at some of the colors. You'll be able to spot it easily. I'm pretty sure it's called dark green, but I could be wrong. Okay. Um, is this? Yeah, this might be it. we've got the last of our overdyed colors from the heated rivalry rug. We've got gold, and then we've got gold with black and chestnut brown. Just like the orange, I had to put way more uh black and chestnut brown dye to get this color. It looks kind of muddy and gross here, but it does look great on the rug, so there is that. So that's wool, weight 6, gold, solid, not hand dyed. The weight is 32 grams. Nope, 31. The scale is changing on me. The next one is also wool, weight 6, gold, solid, and it is hand dyed. And this one is 42. Okay, what's next? What's next? Okay, a Briggs& and Little Atlantic in black. Again, I just like having black yarn around. It helps for a bunch of different projects, and plus I don't like dyeing yarn right to black like from white. It just takes forever. It's a pain in the butt. Might as well just buy black yarn. So, Briggs& and Little Atlantic in black. It looks like I've used it because I've winded it up, or wound it up, I should say, but I don't remember using it at all. That is 107. So yeah, like the original Braids and Little skein is 113 grams. So if I did use it, I may have just used it for like a tiny accent or something like that. I can't remember. Um, okay. Let me just organize what I have left here, and then we can continue. I might grab something to eat as well. We're gonna keep stream on. We're gonna keep live streaming until we finish this. So I will eat, but I'll eat right in front of you guys. So, okay. Alrighty, alrighty. I'll just stick that in there. Okay. We're kind of at the home stretch right now. We only have a little bit of yarn left, and plus the bags, but I kind of want to grab something to eat, so I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna come back with some sort of something random, but I'll be right back. I'll see you in like 2 minutes. Okay, hello. I'm back. I brought a random slice of bread that I'm eating. I will have a full meal after stream is done, but just something to something to take the hunger pangs away. I'm muting myself chewing so you don't have to listen to me chew. I might just here, give me a second. I might just take off my mic and then hold it like this and then just hold it away when I'm chewing. I think that's a better idea. I've got my water. Don't worry. For my handy dandy Costco water bottle. My mom has a matching one in blue. Okay, wait, give me one more second. My computer is running out of battery, so I'm just gonna go and plug it in and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, back to scheduled programming. Briggs and Little Heritage in orange. This is the orange I ended up using for. Oh, what's going on?